Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in this week to Thisgeorgiaclay. So in this week's vlog, we are going over my office. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. It's absolutely everything that I could dream of, hope for, and all of the things. So let's go ahead and get into it. So at this point, we have been in our home for 4 months already, which is insane to say because it doesn't feel like it's been 4 months. I don't know, it's just, it seems a lot longer than 4 months, but it's gone so fast and I'm just so grateful. So while my parents were here shortly after we purchased the home, my mom was helping to put together my office because she knew that my office space had to be, usable for me to use, for me to work, because as soon as we moved in, it was time to get to work. So I purchased this rug from Target. I absolutely love the vintage appeal of it. I just love that it has that real worn kind of look, if that makes sense. In order to protect my new office desk, went ahead, like I said, laid down the rug, and then we got to work putting the desk together. Now, this desk came in a ton of pieces, just like an IKEA desk in terms of all of the pieces, but at least, except it not being IKEA, the instructions were easy to read because Lord knows those IKEA instructions, I'm like, what does this mean? Anyhow, I got this desk from Wayfair and I loved the color tone. It was a really good dupe from a table that I wanted from Pottery Barn, but I just couldn't bring myself to paying that amount. Nor did I, once I started looking at the desk, it just didn't have a lot of functionality in terms of it didn't have the garment holes, I believe it's called, for the cables to run in. And for me, $2,400 desk, and it doesn't have the things that are needed for me to work. Not everyone has a laptop. I need to actually have a hard connection for my job, so it didn't work out for me. So Matt went ahead and helped me putting this together. My mom and I tried our very best of getting everything together by ourselves without enlisting his help, but he had all the power tools and he's just a little bit more patient than I am. I've been known, if you're helping me work on a project, that I can be a little spicy. So everyone was like, let's go ahead and help her so we can stop hearing her talk. But when I got it, the only damage that I had was underneath the desk. There was a little hole there. I did reach out to Wayfair and I did get some money off. But I think that just might have been damaged once it came with the box. Like it could have been, FedEx that delivered it, or, the shipping company maybe damaged it, but nothing that you can visually see. So shout out to my mom and Matt and Leah for helping me put the desk together. So once the desk was together, it was time to start painting. And a lot of you guys saw the final look in terms of the paint color in the vlog that we did for my fireplace. However, I was very hesitant in terms of doing color. My last home, every portion of the main area of the house was white because I just figured that I can design around white. It's easier to work with in terms of furniture, things like that. But this time around, I wanted to have some color. Yes, beige is a color. And so the color that I chose was called Balanced Beige. I did select it in a satin finish. This is a Sherwin-Williams product. And I did it in Duration Paint. They do have a cheaper paint, Super Paint or something like that. However, I feel like the Duration Paint doesn't require you to do multiple coats and it goes on really thick and I absolutely love that. So I decided to go ahead and color drench the room as well. So I did go ahead and paint the ceiling the same color as well. And I just love how the color hue changes throughout the day. It's really beautiful. Once everything was painted, it was time for curtains. And of course I had to partner with my friends at CURTARRA, and I absolutely love their curtains. I have their curtains in other parts of my home and they're just everything to me. I decided to go with a fun print here, so I went with the Julie Roman shade here, and I love that it has like a tapestry look, and I thought that the print would be really fun and also incorporate that nice vintage appeal. And then for the side, I went with the same ones that are in my rest of my home, which are the Sabrina heavyweight linen curtains. The color I chose to match the rest of my home is Dove White, and I also have it in the Euro pleat, which is a triple pleat. I love how this looks. So once the brackets were up, Matt went ahead and locked the shade in place, and then he went ahead and unwrapped it. Now these are not motorized, but they do have an option to motorize it if that's something you would prefer. But let's be honest, it's absolutely beautiful. My office is beautiful, so I don't really close these much often. I also went with a light filtering, so it does have some blackout element to it, just to keep out the UV rays, but for the most part, it is light filtering, so when the shades are closed, it doesn't really make my office too dark. So once the shades were up, it was time to go ahead and hang up my curtains. I used the same rod that I've used in other parts of my home, which I did buy from Amazon. It is a nice brass hardware, and I absolutely love that curtain rod. It's good quality as well. And then he went ahead and hung up the Sabrina heavyweight linen curtains, again in Dove White. And when I went ahead and did the measurements, I measured this side of the wall to the windowsill because that's what I wanted to fill in that space or that gap. Looking back, I probably would have made them a little bit fuller and maybe a little bit wider, but I do absolutely love how it came out. And of course with CURTARRA, every time that you receive their items, they already come with the materials needed to hang it up, and I absolutely love how that came together. I went back and forth in terms of what kind of light I wanted in here. I was gonna go super modern with kind of like a spotnik light, and then I was like, what are you doing? You know, you would be changing out that light. So I loved the light that I had in my other office, but it was on a smaller scale because that office was smaller. So I kind of wanted to go back to that in terms of having a brass candelabra and then having beautiful white shades on there. I felt like it was gonna be absolutely a hit, and also gives that romantic vintage style. So of course, that I have the office looking good, it was time for a new office chair. So this segues into my new chair, which is in a cream color. I partner with OKUP, and I absolutely love their chair. Their office chairs come in a variety of colors, shapes, sizes. They can be power, they can be non-power. The seat that I have is an M76 office chair. It is a basic function in terms of it's not powered, only because I didn't have additional power cords or anything like that, but I do love the functionality that I can still have the reclining aspect of the chair without it having to be power. So once I went ahead and unboxed it, my daughter Lanaya said she was gonna help me put it together, but it seems like she was too busy being fascinated with the white glove. But it was pretty straightforward, only 4 steps to put the chair together, and it went by pretty quick. While I'm putting the chair together, I wanted to give some insight in terms of the key features of the M76. It provides a footrest and backrest, manually adjustable, thickened and widened seat, so it gives you that extra cushion where you need it the most. It's an adjustable seat depth, unique H-beam base. It reclines up to 160 degrees. So that allows you to have full reclinability, just to have a more enjoyable seat experience. And then the height also is adjustable as well. It also supports up to 420 pounds without tipping, so you don't have to worry about it not fitting your needs. And its upholstery is very soft. It's made with premium fiber leather and a thick cushion. Again, I absolutely love it, and it lasts all day comfort. So thank you again to OKUP for sending over this beautiful new office chair. Absolutely love it, especially having my fireplace in my office. I'm able to recline to enjoy after work or just to enjoy on my lunch break. So let's go ahead and move on to some additional final touches. So on this wall, I really had like a dream of making like a gallery wall, but a gallery wall that had pieces that meant something to me or like fit the tone and vibe of the room. So I had a whole bunch of artwork that I've been collecting from my previous home, and then as well as some new artwork as well. But of course, if you leave this portion of my project to my husband, then he would have had me taping out things, leveling things, and I told him I just want it to feel organic and I want to be able to just have the space speak to me. So I went ahead and pretty much eyeballed all of this in terms of where I wanted things to be. This was mainly, this particular piece I got from Hobby Lobby and was the focal point of this room. And I'll share why I felt those same sentiments later on in the vlog. I know it's not straight right there. Matt was telling me like, you need to fix that a little bit. So I did. But again, I just wanted this space when I was putting up pictures. It really didn't have a reasoning in terms of why those pictures went there or not. It was just, I want this area to feel organic. I want it to feel curated. I just wanted it to be beautiful. So I took my time, figured out where I wanted things to be, and it just started to come together. And if anyone is curious in terms of how I hung the pictures up, I have a picture hanging kit and I just used the nails in that kit and I just put a nail in the wall and then hung the picture up on it. Incorporating those fall finds, I went ahead and removed my tree that I've had in my previous office, which will come back once it is, looks like FedEx is coming to drop me something off, but that tree will come back in summer and spring next year, but it was time for fall and all of the cozy vibes. So I did get this tree. It's part of the Studio McGee line this year, or no, excuse me, Hearth and Hand line this year, and it was just beautiful. I couldn't pass it up. It's super substantial as well. Well worth the money. But again, I'll link everything in my LTK if you want to shop the look. But I feel like it just was so beautiful in this space. It definitely helped to make it feel more cozy and organic. All right, guys, so come on into my modern European office. It's more of a vintage style, and I just wanted it to be super cozy. I wanted it to feel inviting when you came in, but also lean more towards how I envision our space to be and lean more towards my personality in terms of, in this new home, I wanted things just to feel kind of old-timey, if that makes sense. So come on in. Let's first start off with this beautiful chandelier here. I did get it from Wayfair and I absolutely love it. I feel like it gives that vintage style, that old Hollywood glam kind of feel. I feel like it's the perfect scale for this office. I feel like if I did any other light that was a little bit further down or larger, then it definitely would be the focal point on the, the light rather than the beautiful fireplace here. If you saw the first part of our office makeover, you'll know that my husband built this beautiful fireplace for me. It was a dream that I've always had to have a fireplace in my office. If I could have had a fireplace in my last office, I definitely would have done it. In all, I think that office was only like 75 square feet of office space. I definitely would have had a fireplace, but I absolutely I love it. I love decorating the mantle for fall. That's always been something that I've always wanted to do. I tried to record this, but honestly, y'all, I couldn't get it perfectly done. Like, it wasn't working and I was getting frustrated and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show them the final reveal of how it looked. But honestly, I just took the garland of how it came. I bought this from Hobby Lobby and it just already had a natural S to it. And I just stuck it up there. There's two of them here. I think here is a little bit more fuller, but that's because that's where it actually meets. And again, I'm not the best of hanging garland, but I think that this one came out absolutely beautiful. So I didn't want to mess with it to try to recreate it and do it on camera. So I figured you guys would understand, and here it is. I did get these hurricanes here from Amazon. I will link everything in my office that I can find any dupes or the same products as well on my LTK page. It'll also be up on the screen as well that you can scan the QR code. But I absolutely love it. Again, Touchstone. I love their fireplace inserts. We are partnering with them again for our bedroom, and we're gonna start that fireplace probably in the next week or so. Our son turns 18 next week. I can't believe it. I'm gonna have 2 adults. It's insane. But we're gonna start the fireplace as soon as we get done celebrating him. So that'll be more to come, but I absolutely love it. And this one is just like a matte finish, or there's a matte screen on here. So therefore it doesn't have any type of glare or anything that normally comes with an electric fireplace, but I absolutely love it. And just showing you guys my beautiful office chair. I absolutely love it. I've already been lounging in it and it feels very comfortable. It has great lumbar support. I also can recline in it. It has a little footstool. We'll show you guys some B-roll of that, but I absolutely love it and I think it's gorgeous. So shout out to our collaboration for this. I absolutely love it. And again, everything will be linked in the description, so you can definitely check it out if you'd like to order your own as well. But my curtains, I feel like this absolutely just encapsulates that look in terms of that timeless feel. And CURTARRA definitely knocked it out of the park here. So I went with a design on the shades, on the Roman shades, and I just feel like it's beautiful. It gives that romantic feeling, the time period of just having that vintage appeal. And it definitely has nods of little things throughout this actual space. So like, for example, here matches this vessel here with these Hobby Lobby stems that I got, perfect for fall. Those definitely match the shades as well. And definitely matches, I have some pumpkins that actually have the same print as well that I got from Kirkland's, but I guess I'm absolutely loving that. So you definitely will see that throughout my home. But these curtains here are the same that are throughout the house. I wanted to keep something that was just when you walk from space to space, that it didn't look entirely different. So of course I have the pattern here, but I wanted everything to be grounded with the curtains here. So I definitely love them. They are unpleated. And again, thank you CURTARRA for partnering with us for these. I absolutely love them. And I think they're absolutely beautiful. Over here, I've already had this chair. It was in my last home. I did get it from Target a couple of years ago, but it was in my last office. And here it has a bit more room, a little bit more of a little cozy spot for someone to come. My kids use it all the time. Matt comes and visits me. So they absolutely are loving this little corner, this little nook here. And I got this from Target as well. It's part of Studio McGee's line this year for fall. I absolutely love the color. It's beautiful. And I just feel like it's a nice pop. And it kind of ties in, well, it ties in with the garland on the fireplace, although they're not I didn't purchase them from the same place. And here as well, just closing the store for you guys. I absolutely love this gallery wall. Matt was a little just, apprehensive in the beginning, like, well, how is that going to come out? But I told him, I said, you know what? I don't want to level. I don't want to put tape on the wall and see how it's supposed to be and make it all perfect. I just want to kind of eyeball it and put pieces that I feel that are important to me and that actually make the room stand out that much more. So this is a new print here, and I love it because to me it looks like a mood board, as if I made it on my own, because it really picks up a lot of the tones that are in this room. And I got it from Hobby Lobby. I'll make sure to link it on my LTK page, but I think that it's absolutely beautiful and actually helped to ground the space. Because when I first saw it at Hobby Lobby, I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so much like how I'm doing my office and the color schemes and whatnot. So I love it, and it also picks up a lot in the rug as well in terms of the color tone. This I got from Target. It's part of the new Hearth and Hand collection. This is actually, all three of these are a Target piece, but I had these two in our last home when we did our guest room makeover. So I just bought them here. And then this is a Hobby Lobby piece as well that I absolutely love. I love the vintage styling around the frame, and then just the beautiful landscape there that matches the taupe color scheme within our office. So, or my office. So I absolutely love it. I think it all came together. This whole piece here is from Target as well. I have just the end table, which I have a bigger version of that, but it was just way too large to go here. So I purchased a smaller one. And then I've had this piece from my last office, bought it here in the new house. And then this is from Hobby Lobby, this little vessel. And I put some Hobby Lobby stems in it. And then this is a new Hearth and Hand. Same candle styling as last week's vlog when I showed you guys my entryway, but this one's just a different scent. So this one is black oak and persimmon. And it smells really good. So I haven't lighted it or anything yet, but I definitely will as fall truly comes. But I love it. And then this also is, I forgot to mention, is a Target throw blanket that I just kind of just put on the side here and style it here. So I love that. But the piece that definitely anchored everything was my Wayfair find. I love this executive desk. I wanted a Pottery Barn desk, but the Pottery Barn desk did not have these little, I forgot what these are called. Grommets? Holes? Not grommets. Is it grommets? Anyways, but it didn't have these for my monitors to go in for work. If I had a perfect working system, I would have a laptop and I wouldn't need it, but it didn't have that. For a $2,500 desk, which that Pottery Barn desk was, I just felt like I wasn't willing to damage it in terms of putting holes there so I didn't have wires running off the front of it. So I went with this option and I love it. It's beautiful. And it's been holding up, and I get a lot of compliments on it too in terms of where I got it from, because I can't believe it's a Wayfair find. And I only paid $400 and something for it. I believe now it's $800, which is the normal price, but I did get it on a Wayfair day. Another piece I forgot to mention is this ottoman here. It has a pleated detail on there just to give a little bit, like I said, that vintage girly cozy feel. And I did get that from Target. It is a new piece, but I put it here as well for when people are sitting here, they can move the ottoman and have their feet up if they like, but also it helps to cover my cords there. So it's aesthetically pleasing, but also functional as well. So the last thing that is needed in my office will be a built-in, or shouldn't say needed. The last thing that I would like in my office is a built-in. And I am gonna do the built-in project more than likely next year. The holidays are coming and we have some other projects to finish up before we can start decorating. So I will have a built-in here, which I cannot wait for. I have a vision of just a beautiful built-in with like a library aesthetic. So kind of like in Beauty and the Beast, where Belle had an office and just had tons and tons and tons of books and a ladder. I'm just trying to incorporate how that's all gonna look, but I would love to have something around those kind of aesthetics. So I'll make sure to put up some pictures on the screen so you can kind of see what I'm envisioning in this particular area. But I think once we do the built-in, it will ground everything out and truly have that full, cozy, lived in space. But I love it. I also wanted to mention the color on the wall as well. It's called Balanced Beige by Sherwin-Williams. I absolutely love it. I think it's the perfect moody beige color. It has different hues throughout the day. So in the morning, it's way lighter. In the evening, it's more moodier. And I love all of that. Especially I love when we're driving up, coming from home, or we're on an evening walk and I can see, because I love to leave like the picture, since this is a frame TV. I love to keep the artwork on the TV and then have like a light on, and you can see just the ambiance from the outside, and it's absolutely chef's kiss. But I love it. And like I said, the goal is to have the built-in. Once the built-in's in, and then I feel like I said, everything will be completely finished in here. But the office is more than completed for the time being for me to be able to enjoy it with my family. The next thing you know that I'm gonna put in here is a Christmas tree. So I'm gonna put it right here. I've already purchased a Grand Duchess this year. It did not sell out on me. I made sure to get it because it did sell out on me in the last 2 years or so. So I purchased 2 of them, but I did get a 7.5-foot tree here, and I plan to raise it just a little bit. I didn't want to, you know, for the same price for 2 of those, I got that instead of getting one 9-foot tree. But anyways, cannot wait for Christmas. It's going to be a vibe in here for sure. But again, I love everything. I thank my husband so much for giving me this beautiful centerpiece here, because without this, then all of this wouldn't be possible, because it just would look like a box with just a desk in it. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week to Thisgeorgiaclay. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.